Hello, now that we've learned about density, how to calculate it, and how it's a physical property that helps us identify maybe an unknown metal, I want to talk about using density as actual conversion factor. So the thing to think about is that density can be written as a fraction usually. So here's the density of lead as listed in ptable.com, 11.340 grams divided by 1 cubic centimeter. So that's the ratio of mass to volume. Now, we can write this as an equivalency, right? A certain number of grams is equal to 1 cubic centimeter. And remember, again, we can write an equivalency as two different ways as a fraction. So we could potentially write 1 cubic centimeter divided by 11.340 grams, okay? Now, let's look at an example. So what volume of copper weighs 25 grams? And we have the density of copper. So the first thing to do is to write out the actual equivalency with an equal sign. So 8.690 grams of copper, right, is equivalent to 1 cubic centimeters. Now keep in mind that we can write two possible conversion factors from that, grams on top or grams on the bottom. So when you come to the actual conversion step, you want to convert the mass, which is given to us in the word problem, to volume, which is what they're asking for us. So you want to write down 25.0 grams, and then you want to identify which of those fractions has grams on the bottom. It's going to be the second conversion factor. And then when you do this, the grams nicely cancels, and you're left with the volume in cubic centimeters. Let's look at this example. What mass of bismuth has a volume of 250 cubic centimeters? So again, we have the density of bismuth written as a fraction, but you want to write out the equivalency, okay? A certain number of grams is equivalent to 1 cubic centimeter. Then you want to write out the two possible conversion factors. We can write it out with grams on top or grams on the bottom. So when you think about doing your conversion of mass, that's the number that's given to us in this word problem, to volume, you want to think about which of these conversion factors will allow the cubic centimeters to cancel. And we can see here the first conversion factor will do that because the cubic centimeters is on the bottom, so the units will cancel there. And if you go ahead and do the math here, I like to show it in scientific notation to have only 3 significant figures in my final answer. All right, so that's how you do this type of problem.